Student teaching is a strange space to occupy. I used to think the term student teacher itself was an oxymoron. We were expected to be students while at the same time taking the role as the expert in the room. However, as my internship has progressed, I've come to realize that if I'm doing things right, I will be a student teacher for the rest of my career. This realization first occurred to me when I attended the NCTE annual conference in St. Louis, Missouri in November of 2017. This was a pivotal moment for me as an aspiring educator because it was full of firsts. My first teaching conference, my first opportunity to present on research, and the first time I'd been in such close quarters with thousands of like-minded English teachers, researchers, and teacher educators. What struck me the most was the fact that so many of those in attendance had been in the field of English education for such a long time, yet they made it a priority to find the time and money to attend this conference and learn new things. These teachers, some of whom I'd met that I'd been teaching for as many years as I've been alive, were student teachers. Cut to my first day of guided lead teach. I was nervous as all get out and anxious to get started after a long winter break had passed. I had a numbered system to assign our novels, a 2-month unit plan and calendar, and the idea that this was going to be the most amazing unit plan my mentor teacher had ever seen from a student teacher on the Grapes of Wrath. Of course, as you can imagine, things did not go perfectly to plan. My precisely timed unit plan did not account for the 6 snow days we ended up having within the 2-month period I had to teach the book. It did not account for the fact that some students rejected Steinbeck's style outright. It soon became apparent that my plan to introduce literature circles would not get students to the discussions and theme-based inquiry that I was hoping for. I recall a specific day when I was trying to start discussion about a particular chapter in the book, and it just wasn't happening. I had previously walked around the room during our literature circle time, and every group who seemed off task let me know that they'd finished and turned in their packet already. I heard the word fortnight more than Steinbeck. Everyone in the room was unenthused, and it felt like talking about our novel was a chore, not exciting or even engaging. I felt like a complete failure and wanted to hand the unit back to my mentor teacher that very day. But instead of doing that, I reassessed the situation and knew the best way to improve the outcome of this unit was to talk to the people trudging through it with me, the students. I gave a survey out asking them what activities they'd liked, what they didn't like and why, and how they felt about my personal investment in their learning. I took the weekend to assess the data and started with a brand new mindset the following Monday. The results of this realignment helped me get a better idea of the kind of teacher I want to be, responsive to student feedback, attentive to what students ask for, and willing to adjust and be flexible. This was yet another way I realized that I not only want to be a student teacher for the rest of my life, but it is essential to do so in order to best serve my students. Student teaching is a strange space to occupy until you realize that as an educator, you will occupy that space the rest of the time you spend in the classroom. Soon my student teaching will be done, but I know it is essential to my growth to always have the mindset of a student teacher. I spent my internship depending on the knowledge of mentors, identifying my faults and reflecting on them, and growing in my skills and knowledge of my content areas. These are things I need to do for the rest of my time as a teacher, and so although my internship may be ending, I like to think this is just the beginning of my student teaching career.